Hi folks, with Tacitus today, your pushback channel, and thank you for joining this live stream. In this essay, I'd like to talk about, or maybe be even bolder than that, put forward that I'm making a public and open application for a position in the new Trump administration. Now, certainly based on what I've read, there's the administration needs to hire somewhere in the region of at least, if not more, at least 3,000 people to fill various posts and positions, not only in the White House and so on, but in the various public service bodies, or what were once public service bodies, have now been taken over by the globalist cabal, but also amongst the public service advisories and even going further than that into, say, places like think tanks and so on. So I'm putting myself forward. I don't know if I make the grade, but hopefully I do. But my credentials are, or the positions rather, I'd like to be considered for are ones that if immigrants coming in on work visas, supposedly skilled immigrants, this is, to review those and to ensure that any sponsored immigrant or supposedly skilled immigrant must meet a high bar of skills and capability. And it needs to be absolutely crystal clear that there were no locally skilled people that were available, either A, available, or B, could not be quickly skilled up. And I would move to do a crash program of upskilling and to make sure that US citizens were considered, first, second, third, fourth, and so on for those roles before there was even an incidental secondary consideration for bringing in immigrants to fill those roles. So I would think that was where I could most add value to the President Trump's administration, because as I perceive it, that's horribly abused and it's shot through with scams and so on. But those jobs should not be going to people offshore. They should be going to American citizens. And if American citizens don't fall short of those skills in some minor way, then there should be a crash program to upskill them. And in so doing, the American public, the American nation, and the economy benefits of having then higher skilled employees on, and if they're a high skilled job, then by definition the wages must be good. And this is part of bringing well-paid jobs back to the US, but also ensuring that a greater number of well-paid jobs exist and are available to American citizens. And the citizens must, in my view at least, must come first. And I think that's consistent with President Trump's position and policies on that. But I'd like to become involved in that and to be the if you like, the czar of some relatively small department in the overall scheme of things, but of doing that in the United States. A secondary option is to fully reform the marriage contract, the family law, divorce law system, and restore validity and solidity to the marriage contract, and to ensure that engaging in a marriage is and should be treated with a much greater degree of solemnity than it hitherto has been. And if you're not, the three categories of divorce, if you're very rich, well then, okay, you can afford to have multiple households. If you're very poor, then you've got nothing anyone can take from you anyway. But if you're in the middle, the people in the middle, which is the bigger, the larger number, to treat marriage as just a consumer item. These people don't have enough money to run two households. Therefore, financial obliteration is typically as in financial dilution of assets, obliteration is typically the outcome. And this is something that I believe needs to be addressed, needs to be a complete rethink on the marriage contract issue. And again, the relevance it has in our society. I think the family plays a huge role in society, and keeping families together, or for that matter, producing economically workable solutions to marriage dissolution, should that be unavoidable, then that needs to be, I think, be revisited comprehensively. The idea that men have oppressed women for centuries, therefore their wealth needs to be stolen in order to create some sort of ideological equal outcome is insanity, and I believe needs to be revisited, and an equitable outcome in terms of neither party is ruined in the process, and those that have worked hard and contributed are not therefore unfairly targeted, or again financially obliterated simply because they worked hard. So those would be the two things. But no, I should add before anything, I'm not an American citizen, so I'd need a green card and all that sort of thing to be arranged. But very committed and very determined to make the president's platform work and to loyally serve the president's platform in that end. So that's it. I hope this is seen or heard by those that either are involved in those decisions, or those who know those who are involved in those decisions. But that's my little job application for the day, and being available for the 4 years at least of the president's term of office. You've been with Tacitus today, your Pushback channel. Thank you for listening.